Hey guys, today I want to talk about how young athletes can better prepare themselves and better serve themselves by having more consistent performances out there. One of the things that we see a lot with young athletes is their performances on their field of play or the court is really can have these wild swings. And oftentimes when you base to why can't my child perform more consistently? Why are we seeing a basketball game in which they score 4 points and then the next they score 18 and then the next they score 6 and it kind of seems all over the map? Well, a lot of that is because they're tying their emotions and they're tying their emotional stresses and their emotional response. They're tying that to their latest performance. And that's why there's wild inconsistencies in play oftentimes, is because they're basing their ability off what their last performance was, and they're looking at that outcome. So they say, okay, I had 6 points, and they're devastated by that, so they feel that they need to try harder, that they really need to perform better, and they put a lot of pressure on themselves to perform better in order to overcome that. And that is just going to continue to lead them down a path that is going to have a lot of inconsistencies in their performances. And it's the same thing when they have a great game. They feel, oh, I'm great, I'm on top of the world, I've got to top that, I got to keep doing that. And they put this unnecessary pressure on themselves, and they put this unnecessary weight on their shoulders because of those emotions. And what you need to do in order to have consistent play as an athlete is remove those emotions and really take the outcome and the results of particular outcomes of game completely out of the equation, and have your young athlete focus on the process of getting better and the process of improvement. That will help tremendously in eliminating these wild swings in performances. So they stop thinking about what their last performance looked like, or just what the outcome of their particular performance is all they judge themselves on. By focusing on that process of getting better, of learning, of enjoying those moments and why you're in the sport to begin with, young athletes will learn to remove the emotion they feel during those outcome-related instances. And that's exactly what you want to avoid, is outcome-related emotions. And you want to just be a very even keel through good, through bad. One of the most famous quotes from an athlete and from coaches that I've heard over the years is, when you can tell an athlete walks off the court or walks off the field, they have kind of the same demeanor whether they win or lost. And that is a total control of emotion, that they realize that the win, if that was the result or if that was the outcome of the competition, does not wildly swing them into some mood, a wholly different mood that they are. And it's the same thing with the loss. When you lose, or when they lose a particular event, they're not just completely down in the dumps and hanging their head and it's weighing on them for days ahead. They're very even keeled through the wins and the losses, and that's because they're focused so much on the present moment and the process that they're in of their sport. They are not focused on outcome. So you want to help your young athlete remove some of the emotion that comes with the inconsistencies of performance. Just have them and remind them constantly that they are focused on the process. They're focused on where their feet are right now. And one or two bad games or one or two great games does not define who they are. Okay? That's how we remove that emotion. That's how we get rid of the wild inconsistencies in this play, in the play of athletics. We just worry one day at a time, one step at a time, and that's what we wrap our emotion and our effort into.